Very good. Okay, as that one is a little bit left, and the main variable that affects the way the golf ball flies throughout the bag is the club face angle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the biggest determinant. People, obsess over the path, and as we discussed, the path determines the curvature. But where that ball lands, whether it lands left or right, is more a product of what the face angle has done.
Yeah.
Or what you could say is, all else being equal, if the face is more left, the ball is more left, and vice versa.
Yeah, for sure. And we see with driver can affect the start line of the golf ball up to 85%. That means the path is 15% for that curve, right? So when it does come to the overall shape of the golf shot, we find that the recreational golfer would obsess about the path, but having some awareness of club face angle and then playing around with that can give them more control over their golf ball, can't it?
Yeah, even if you had your path perfectly zero, you still need to have good club face control.
Yeah.
And even if your path is a little in to out or out to in, that can still function as long as you've got that club face in the right place.
Yeah, fantastic. So why don't you come in here and talk about, let's say, 2 exercises relative to the level of the golfer that they can play around with to build more awareness of club face angle and how that would affect their golf ball.
Yeah, okay. So just like the path drill, exploring the scale is a good way of doing this. So intentionally hitting bad shots gives you better feel. I know this is really weird for a lot of people listening, like an instructor telling you to hit bad shots intentionally, but I've actually done studies on this where I get players to hit right and left, and then I take another group and I get them to only hit straight. And the ones who hit right and left improve faster. Yeah. So this is a really valuable drill for those who are a little skeptical about it.
Yeah.
So at the beginner level, what I would say is try to present the face open and intentionally hit the ball to the right. And I'd actually ask people to hit a big right and then a small right. So they're learning to control the amount of that. And you could even start with putting if you want. So you could start at almost just a small little chip shot or putt shot, something like that. And for the beginner level, you can start with the club face in the direction you want. So what I would do is I would get the player to open the face. So instead of having it 12 o'clock like this, the leading edge, 12 o'clock, we open the face to about 2 o'clock, then grip it. And then from there, it's going to be wide open at address. Kerrod moves out of the way, yeah. And then from there, you can take a small swing, just chip it out there. Just check that the ball is doing what you want, because remember, the address position is only an influence on this. The ball is actually going to respond to where the club face is at impact.
For sure.
So we need to feel out this. So that was, I'd call that a reasonably big right. Then I would do, maybe less so. I'd maybe go to 1 o'clock, then grip.
So the face to target then was 12.1 degrees open.
Okay.
All right.
And then the next one, a little less so. And if you have a device like this that measures it precisely, what was that last one? 12. And this one was?
Club face angle, what is that? 5.6 degrees open there.
Okay, so halved it. So yeah, when you've got precise numbers like this, then great, but you can also just look at the outcome and see where it finishes.
Yeah.
And then the reverse, when you want to do left side, close the face at address. Let's start with a 1 o'clock. So we're closing the face at address, then gripping it, so make sure it's in that order. And then this next one, I'm going to really close the face down to 10 o'clock.
So that was 6 left. Let's do a lot.
Okay. And then once you get really good at that, you can start to ramp up the swing size. So go to a pitch shot, 100-yard shot, then start going full speed at it.
Yeah, fantastic. So that's the player who's just looking for an initial awareness of club face control and the corresponding start line. Let's talk about maybe the player who's now got that and they want to go to the next level. You've got some feels, don't you?
Yeah, so once you're really good at that, doing that through setup position, you want to try and then learn how to do it through an in-swing feel. So this time you're going to take the club face at square, 12 o'clock, take your normal grip, and then from there you're going to try and do an in-swing feel to present the face either more open or more closed, depending on what you want. So for the open face, to me, it feels like a karate chop with the right hand.
Yeah.
So I feel like my palm is kind of pointing to you as I'm going through with my right palm. So you can just do a few rehearsals.
Perfect.
You could keep your attention just on what the club head is doing here. So you can see the club face.
Yeah, imagine the club face is almost like your palm coming down to the ball, kind of like a cut shot in tennis almost, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then hit the shot, starting square, but coming through with an open face. And again, you can do that in varying amounts. I'll just do the right one there, and then I'll go for the left one. So what was
Perfect. That was, face was 5 degrees open then.
Okay, and then for the left one, this to me feels like I'm rotating the club face over more. So it comes more toe in at impact, and that feels kind of like a table tennis topspin shot.
And as you do this, guys, look at the outcome and then go back. If that felt exaggerated and it was still on this one here going to the right for you, well then keep exaggerating, because very often when Adam and myself are coaching, players will feel like they're doing something. In reality, it's not nearly pushing themselves into that level of discomfort of change.
Exactly, yeah. So this one I'm going to feel a more closed face, that table tennis topspin shot. And again, these are pretty exaggerated at the moment. I do get really good players to practice these drills as well, but we don't do them as extreme.
Sure.
You know, maybe hitting 5, 10, 15 yards left and right, just to adjusting that feel.
Yeah, perfect. So we've got the initial awareness of club face angle through changing the face here, guys, at address, and then hitting the shot, trying to narrow that in, trap that in as much as we can. And then Adam just demonstrated really well of what it would be like to have a certain feel throughout the golf swing, but setting up with a square face. So the club face angle, without a doubt, is the most important variable in determining your initial start line direction of the golf ball. It's something that's going to build your skill and ability to hit your target, get those golf balls landing closer to the pin while you're out there. We're out here at Robo Golf in Las Vegas with Adam Young. Stay tuned for the next video.
Thanks for watching this video. YouTube thinks that you would benefit from watching this one next. So click that card and it could be the tip that you need to take your game to the next level. I'll see you next time.